little bit downhill, so less deceleration possible here, much easier.
It's all so much information coming at me, and he's such a genius. F1 drivers are geniuses, because... What is going on, guys? It is JJ here, back with a new video, and today we're going to take a look at how to master the Baku F1 track. Now, obviously, in this video, this will be a little bit different than our circuit guide video. The circuit guide video we're going to use later, not when the day of this video releases. When will this be released? Tuesday. So, recording this on Monday, will be dropped on Tuesday. Anyway, we're going to take a look at NICO ROSBERG explaining the Baku City Circuit, or the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, the Baku Grand Prix. Apparently he won the first one, which we probably need to go back and take a look at. But it is what everyone is saying a street circuit should aspire to be, and I think there is no better man to explain Baku itself than the guy who won the first ever race there. So how he thought about corners, what he was thinking in depth, and I love that he uses the F1 game, because eventually on the channel we will be using the F1 game. Now, will I have the steering wheel and everything? I kind of hope so. I might have to go purchase that as well. But we're going to take a look at the Baku Grand Prix through the eyes of NICO ROSBERG. You guys gotta let me know your thoughts on this video, and if you guys want to see more things like this with NICO ROSBERG or former drivers on the channel, when we start getting more into Indy, and mainly Romain Grosjean in Indy, because I want to know how he's doing in IndyCar, we're going to include more stuff from drivers. So yeah, let's get into the video. As well, guys, you can find the original video on the NICO ROSBERG YouTube channel. Definitely go check it out. Big plug down in the description below. Let's do this.
We bottom out ever so slightly here in the middle. And then I really have to say it is one of the most difficult tracks there is. Can you see the apex of the corner? I mean, you can see the wall. And here I'm going to show you one of the places which I always found the most dangerous of the whole year.
The man is great at baiting you into
F1
it.
Fridays, and thank you so much. We had like almost more than 1 million views for the Monaco version of this track analysis, so cool. So thanks for clicking in. Azerbaijan, I won the first edition actually in 2016, and it was a very important weekend for my World Championship year. So hard when it's a new track.
It's so odd, because I actually still think to this day, NICO ROSBERG could be a really good F1 driver. Some team could use his talents. You haven't been out of the sport this long, man. 4 or 5 years, 6 years, come back. Please. Lewis is no longer on that perch. Now is the time to come back. Think about it.
Track. It's a very, very big challenge, so lots of simulator driving before to get used to the flow of the track. And then I really have to say it is one of the most difficult tracks there is, and why that is the case, I'm going to be explaining you.
I wish they could show him in a simulator. That would be so sick.
As always, you're going to have the chance to win something from me, which I'm going to send to you if you get the top trending comment. So as you may have seen, our dear friend Kimi, again, did not get his drink during the race in the Monaco GP. So he was complaining on the radio. I'm not going to go into detail what kind of drink that was. I mean, who knows what he's putting in his drink in his car. But anyways, so my question here to you is, so what is your favorite piece of team radio of all time in Formula One? I think we're going to have a really big laugh, so comment below now. Good luck with getting the top trending comment on this. And now I'm going to jump straight into the hot lap.
Okay, hot lap. That first corner is just, I love it so much. I love how he knows when to shift so well too. Dude, this street circuit looks so intense. That was not smooth, Nico. That was not smooth. That was smooth. No, that was smooth. This corner, jeez. I need to stop saying corner. Turn. That turn. I don't get it. These are long laps. Dude, I am so lost. Is that the main straight for Baku? Do you see how long that was?
So in this video right here, you have the chance to win the Audi e-tron Sportback. You can win the whole car. I mean, how cool is that? And $20,000. The Audi e-tron, as you know, I'm a big e-mobility fan myself. I have the Audi e-tron myself here in Monaco. It's 400 horsepower, over 400 horsepower, all-wheel drive. Of course, huge innovation on the technology front.
Where was I when NICO ROSBERG was selling a car?
And you'll save a hell of a lot of money as well from not going to the fuel station. All you have to do is go in the link on the description right now, please. It's omaze.com/Rosberg. So omaze.com/Rosberg. Check it out. And you can also donate money, which would be fantastic because it goes to Reverb charity.
2021, we missed out, guys. We missed out as a team, as a collective.
You know, I'm really
Listen,
on
you will probably never see me giving away a car on this channel. I will never, ever, ever be that big of a YouTuber where I'm giving away a car. And if I am, you can come back to this video and the same where he like quit his thing like a year ago, or the thing ended a year ago. If like years from now, I get that big and I'm able to give away a car on YouTube, I happily will. I give away my car.
Reverb is working on making festivals more sustainable. So they've saved the usage of up to 3 million plastic bottles already. They've reduced the emissions by 200,000 tons. So they've really had a big positive impact in the whole festival space. So I'd appreciate if you also donate a bit of money to them. Good luck with winning the Audi e-tron Sportback. And let's jump into the lap analysis right now. So now we'll jump into the slow lap right here. So we're coming in 350 kilometers an hour, you know, DRS open. At around 90 meters, you brake here, and you have quite low downforce in the car as well. So these braking zones are so hard to get right. Okay, so 90 meters, hit the brakes, downshift from.
I love how he's always in the Mercedes for these videos too.
And then
he's got to stay loyal to the team.
Speed through here, of course, but I mean, I'll take you actually through the next one. So, okay, this is quite a basic one. Then now this next one again. So here again, you've got like 230 kilometers an hour, 240, and the same thing again. You got this very light braking at around 70 meters here because you have a little bit less speed. You're arriving, and this one is not too hard because you have less speed approaching the corner. So then it's third or second gear, straight line, DRS right on the exit. So and for the race, it's important to remember.
I love that it does say the DRS zones on the little road signs. I didn't see that the first time we went through.
That starts to build up offline, and so if you're battling or whatever, or trying to overtake on the inside here, you're going to really be picking that up on the tires, and that really makes it so risky when you then end up side by side on the next braking zone. You're offline, plus you have all that rubber pickup on the tires. So difficult to judge where the limit is, how aggressive you can be. Again, you arrive with this huge speed of like 320 or 330, and you brake at 90 meters, okay? And the problem is it's a really tight left-hander. So you downshift from 8th gear, you downshift into 2nd. And when you get to this point here, so you're braking really late, and at this point here, it's your last point to decide, am I actually gonna make the corner or not?
Because now you gotta go straight, or you're gonna hit the wall.
And you have front locking and it's really on the edge, then you're going to end up going straight into the wall, bang, and it's a total, you know, you're going to break the car. So that's so hard because it's at this turn-in phase, right here where you already have to make the decision. Am I going to make the corner or not? And if you realize you're not going to make the corner, then here's your last chance to go straight on and to not damage the car. And I find that so difficult in that split second to make.
For how many laps in a row?
The opportunity cost, of course, if you go save the car and drive straight, is huge because in qualifying, maybe you'll miss out on doing a lap or whatever. So it's an incredibly difficult process to get through mentally in that fraction of a second to decide am I going to make the corner or not.
On other tracks, you know, you go a little bit wide, no problem, on all other tracks. But here, you go a little bit wide, you take the front corner off.
In that corner, so it's a tough one. Okay, you accelerate back out here, 3rd gear, 4th gear, 5th gear. This is quite a basic one. You brake at 50 meters, 3rd gear, carry speed through, that's fine. Easy going.
That's fine, easy going.
Stay right
That's not
again.
fine, it's not easy going.
A late turn-in is important because the next one is important as well. So stay right, do quite a late turn-in, shift down to 4th gear, late turn-in, stay left here, And now with third gear, you carry the speed through because the next is a long straight, so you need to get the speed out of that corner to carry it onto the straight. Again, now middle of the track, so as to do the braking straight, because the braking goes to the left, so you need to straight line the braking a little bit. So then you cut here to do the braking straight, and then third gear here, again, quite a early apex, and then carry the speed here. So now this one is a very, very hard corner again. It's so difficult. We remember Charles Leclerc crashed and went straight on in qualifying, although he was on for pole potentially. So you brake around just before 50, and it's so difficult. And here, they've put this yellow sausage curb in here. I'm not sure if that's the way it is in real life. In real life anyways, it's the same thing. If you take a little bit too much of that inside curb, you bottom out, and boom, zero error for margin in this corner, zero. If you bottom out ever so slightly, you're in the wall. So it's very difficult to find the limit on how much curb you can take here. And then, yeah, third gear, really close to the tire wear here. It's the tightest piece of circuit for the whole year in F1, or maybe even of all time. So I'm coming up the hill here, and again, stay left, and here's so...
That I did not know. That is good to know. So this corner is death corner in F1. Not actually death, but death for drivers. You know what? I just made it worse. Jesus.
Let me change the view quickly for you so you can see what it looks like when you're inside of the car, because this is really going to shock you. That is the view, okay? So now imagine I'm going whatever, I don't know how much speed. Can you see the apex of the corner? I mean, you can see the wall, but also the wall, it changes because it's like it has sharp. It's not round.
The wall, as you can see, they've just put straight concrete blocks.
So there's like corners pointing out, and those are your apexes, and that's so hard to then. You see the next corner pops out, and the next one, and you're running it right to the wall here. And so this is in qualifying. In my first year in Baku in 2016, my World Championship year, a decisive weekend was Baku for me. I won the race, and Lewis only finished 5th because he clipped the wall on the inside here. That destroyed his front right, just like Leclerc did in Monaco in qualifying. And so he qualified, I don't know, I think 10th because of clipping the front inside wall here. So this is the real view. Huh? It's crazy how little you see and how low you're sitting. So now let's just continue with this view for a while, which is pretty shocking because you just can't see anything. So here, of course, scrub the least speed possible by being very clear in the steering. Now you come to a downhill section, a little bit of a downhill section. And again, so hard because the braking is not straight. So you have to stay left to try and straight line the braking as much as possible, but still it's not completely straight. And you brake it around 80, a little bit downhill, so less deceleration possible here, much easier.
It's all so much information coming at me, and he's such a genius. F1 drivers are geniuses. Because none of this stuff, like, it makes sense to me thinking about it from like a racing standpoint and like a racing gamer standpoint. Like, I can understand it. But if you were to put me in a real car and ask me to try and do the things that he's explaining, I'm so fucked. Like, I'm so screwed. It wouldn't even be close. I think that's what attracts me to it more. I think that's what makes it so much better.
Here to lock up due to going downhill. Wow, and then you come here, and again, here's the last point that you got to decide. Am I going to make this corner or not? And if you commit to making the corner and you then have a little bit of a lock-up and you realize, I'm not going to make this, you're in the wall. So here's your last chance to bail out of it and to go straight into the escape road. If you commit, then good luck to you. You better hope that, that you're not coming in with too hot or too much speed and that you can make it around the corner. Because otherwise you're going to end up there, bang. Okay, and then that's third gear corner. Of course, then straight line the exit, and then we come to the last corner, downhill again, which is a pretty difficult corner. But just for this last part, let's go back to the original view from a bit higher up. It's quite a fast one, and the exit kind of tightens up. So you arrive in 6th gear, downshift to 4th, take it tight on the curb, and then run it wide as much as you can without going over the curb, because then you lose too much time.
And now you let it free.
And then again here, now on this straight, it's all about minimizing the scrub. So do the most beautiful, slow, open the track up, steering inputs, and then just carry the speed. And this is one of the highest speeds of the year at 350 kph or something crazy like that. And here I'm going to show you one of the places which I always found the most dangerous of the whole year. And it was quite scary. Because look, you're arriving down here now at 350 kph. Now look what's on the left. Imagine something breaks on the car here. You're at 350 kph. On the left there, just 4 meters to the left, there's just a wall. I mean, and it's facing you. So if something breaks here, you're in that wall, it's the end. There's no more you. So this is one of the most scary places that I've ever driven an F1 car in. To go by there just feels ridiculously wrong. But anyways, you have to try and blend it out and then keep going, and that's the end of the lap. So thank you very much. I hope that was interesting. Okay, question 1 is from Diego. How much power do drivers have when they disagree with the team strategy during the race? It's just so difficult as a driver to have an overview because team strategy depends so much also where everybody else is on the track.
Yeah, but also if you're Ferrari, you should just let the drivers do what they want. They know what's best at this rate. Ferrari just keep on messing it up. It actually blows my mind. Sorry, we're talking a whole year out of context here. He's just trying to explain, but I'm being a dick.
That as a driver. So you can give a strong opinion. Like Lewis sometimes has actually managed to change the team's take on strategy by saying, hey, my tires are good, let me go, I want to go long. But it's very rare and it's very hard because the team just has so much more information. Question 2, Albert Willock. How does the track surface differ on street circuits versus regular circuits? So the difference really is it's just the bumps. Street circuits are always more bumpy. And they also change from year to year so much more because street circuits either get new asphalt every year and then cars and trucks drive over it before the race weekend. So it's always different. And
Really?
Street circuits
I did not think about
all
that.
the more difficult. However, nowadays I think it's a little bit easier because they do resurface the tracks almost every year, even on street circuits like here in Monaco. Back in the day when Senna and Mansell and whatever else were driving, it was just really the surface from the city every year. So I think it has become a little bit easier. Question 3 from Roy Arias. Given that the racing line is so close to the walls, how dangerous is dirty air throughout the track in Baku? Absolutely. So on a street circuit, you're always racing extremely close to the wall, and that makes it a little bit more difficult when you're following cars because it's so easy with the dirty air of following cars where you have less downforce yourself because of all the air disturbance from the car in front. And if you get that little understeer and you go 5 centimeters wider, boom, you destroy the car. So it does make that even.
And that makes it even more scary. I don't
Question
get it.
4 from
That
Nico.
just blows my mind.
How do you set up a car for a track where downforce and top speed both play such an important part? That's a very good question, Nico. So for Baku, that is the big challenge because you have very slow speed corners where you need a lot of downforce and mechanical grip, but at the same time you have the highest speeds and the longest straights of the year. So the setup there is so difficult. So what you do is mechanically.
Okay, so think about that this way. What is it? He said some of the slowest corners and some of the slowest turns, but some of the highest speeds on the straights. Who's that going to favor between Ferrari and Red Bull? Mercedes are out of it. I think Mercedes, no question in my mind, they are not going to fit. George will probably finish in the top 5. He'll find a way there. Lewis will shit the bed in qualifying and then find his way to like P6 or P7. I'm calling it right now. These are my predictions for Baku, by the way. That's exactly what's going to happen. But it's going to be Ferrari versus Red Bull. Maybe throw in like Kevin Magnussen or Bottas in the mix somewhere in there. But like who takes advantage of the slow speed corners and the speedy straights? Because I'm leaning straight to Red Bull. That's what I'm leaning towards. But okay, this has been the How to Master the Baku Track by NICO ROSBERG. So it actually, he did not give as much of a circuit guide as I thought he would. Like he went through what he like thinks about with the corners and how you like deal with the turns and how you do it, but like the big overview of like how many turns are there or like the history of the circuit, stuff like that, and the normal stuff that F1 puts in the circuit guide did not touch on. So that video will be coming out Wednesday as well. With whatever videos you guys want to do to get ready for Baku related, let me know those. Top Gear video as well will be coming this week because I feel like we haven't seen Top Gear on the channel in a while. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about How to Master the Baku F1 Track. Big shout out to NICO ROSBERG. The guy's an absolute genius. I love his videos. They're insanely informative, and there's a reason he was an F1 World Champion. So thank you guys so much for watching though. Peace.